The cows go moo. Who is it to? Mooing you.
Moo?
So my girlfriend Kim and I are going on 2 vacations in the month of March. One, we're going to Monster Mania Horror Convention in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And the other one that we're going to is Mad Monster Party in North Carolina. As much as I would love to travel the world and sail the 7 seas and fly to every continent, I gotta admit I have a little bit of travel anxiety. Especially if it's somewhere new that I've never been before. My mind just starts thinking of all the what ifs and all the possibilities of things that could go wrong, and getting lost is just one of those things that just is in the back of my head constantly, that I think it's just gonna happen, even though we've got a GPS and we've got a GPS on my phone and she's got a GPS on her phone, and there's no possible way that we could ever get lost, and we could always stop and ask for directions because we're in a civilized society. But I go through this thing every time that we're about to go on a trip, and I start thinking of, are we going to go through any tolls? Or what's the parking like? Are we going to have to pay for parking? What's it going to be like when we get there? Are there fast food restaurants that are nearby? Are there other restaurants that are nearby? How close is everything? Are we going to be able to find everything that we're looking for? And this doesn't just happen when we're going on long trips. A lot of times we'll go downtown to like music venues because I'm in a band and all that, and every time I ask the same questions of whether or not they're going to have free parking, or if I have to pay for parking, or if it's a parking garage, or just general parking situations flat out drive me crazy. The uncertainty of knowing if I'm gonna have to walk 5 miles or park in a parking lot that's designated for that venue. And Kim can tell you, anytime that we've ever gotten lost and I was the one driving, I flip the F out. Here's an example of what it looks like. Is that the turn? No, I think it's the next street. Are you sure? Because it's looking like on the GPS that it's the next street. Like this one. No, I think it's the next street. Alright, rerouting. Yeah, that's pretty much how that works. But I do like to travel. I do like to see new things and experience new experiences. So these should be pretty interesting, and I'm also going to do some vlog videos while I am at the conventions. The first one is coming up March 6th, and then not the following weekend, but the weekend after that. It's like the 20-something, somewhere around there. That is the Mad Monster Party, and that's the big one that we're staying the entire weekend for. At each of these, I'm going to try to get some interviews with some of the vendors that are there, maybe ask a few questions and find out what they do and where you can find their work. I also want to take a few minutes to just give you a tour of what a horror convention looks like, because a lot of people get this idea that it's like this crazy, horrific thing, and it's really not. I don't even like horror movies, and this is one of those things that you go to and you're like, wow, this is actually pretty interesting. There's a lot of talented people that are in that industry, and Kim and I have collected tons of things from these very talented people. If you ever get a chance to go to one, I would recommend it. So watch out for those 2 upcoming videos, and hopefully my travel anxiety doesn't give me the runs.